first thought, submit spirit to form matter. Our celestial humanity arrives, awake in a dream, an inception of our reality. So we live, we love, and then there is music. So we dance, we sing, we praise, we reflect. In the infinite between the now that was, faces dance in our dreams. Some familiar, some
a single vision
of cosmic composition. In the irrelevance of time, we realize the passion of the random capture, learning the lesson that the brotherhood of man is far more important than the ego of any individual. Imagination becomes the sound of thought, traveling at the speed of light. So we paint on the canvas of our ephemeral encounters with a masterpiece of memory that lives in the eternity of a child's. Alright, let me ask you a question. When you hear the word melaninium, what comes to mind?
Melaninium.
Yeah.
Well, that's like 1,000 years of melanin. It's like 1,000 years of people of color and the culture. That's what it brings to mind.
Okay. What kind of vision does that bring about? What would you see in something like that? Would you see that as just a time frame and period of time, or a beginning of something that's more eternal?
I tend to see it as a time frame in the past.
Okay.
There's too much that goes on that has to do with making up a narrative,
Okay.
It should be about focusing on what is real to people right now.
Right.
And by doing that, then you have some degree of influence over what's going to happen in the future. But that degree is something that really is up to universal forces. And you only have a little boat in there to hope that it comes out that way, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way, because there are other doors that are opening and closing at the same time.
Okay.
We have limited perceptual abilities to really see what all is happening in the universe. So we have to, in some ways, just surf the wave instead.
Okay. What do you, some ways you think that artists can bring about universal harmony more so than they have already? What are some things in this day and age that they can do that you see that they might not be doing, or may not be doing?
I don't think there is anything that artists are not doing. I think that if an artist is still creating, then they're doing what they need to do. There's nothing else to be done in that regard. it's up to people in general to stop following idiots and chasing after dumb shit.
Okay.
You know, it's really about people deciding to be more insightful, getting tired of the pain, getting tired of the hate and the fear, to the point that they decide to take a different perspective.
Yeah, I agree with that. As we've seen all these people who have risen to greatness, whether it was in the underworld or the overlords, we've seen all these great people fall. Is that a reckoning, or is this just a cycle of life?
Well, it's probably a cycle of the universe, because at a certain point, extinction is inevitable, but that doesn't mean that the spirit is extinct. It just means that it's a transformation. And that transformation is inevitable too. You know, at a certain point, idiots have to step aside, and that's whether they've been in a leadership position or not.
So I got this.
It's not about a reckoning at that point. It's just, that's just the way things roll.
What do you think when I say, was idea first thought?
Was the idea?
Was idea the first thought? And to give you context to some of that is, let me read this for you. It says, time is a measure of thought material stasis. Love is the ether that permeates the cosmos within the infinity of thought. And when first thought submitted spirit to form matter, first thought formed idea, idea affirmed consciousness, consciousness manifested matter, matter shaped nature, nature became reality, reality manifested completed thought. Then there was the verb, and the reverb became flesh. Then there was Monk, then there was Miles, and then there was Coltrane, and the song was completed after Billy sang the blues.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's the context I was coming from.
Yeah.
It was a conversation I had with AI. I'll send it to you. I was talking to the chatbot, and it had some interesting things to say. Let me know that somebody's on the other end of this thing with a deep personality. You know, that even the programmer, if they program it and think like this, is pretty close to being sentient. You know, the way it was talking. I was like, somebody's on the other end looking at the questions, and they can come back with quick answers.
Yeah.
You can't program that these kind of responses I got to something like that. You know, but yeah. It's good hearing from you, man. I'm glad you're doing okay.
Yeah.
And,
it's all good, brother.
Yeah.
And
so I'm gonna be keeping in touch with you, let you know the progress.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna be looking now for some airfares. Do I need to rent a car?
Well, that depends. If you want to tour around and see a lot of Portugal, then yeah.
Okay, so I need about 5-10 grand.
Yeah, that would be a good start for sure. Yeah, we'll talk about that some more.
Okay. All right, brother.
All right, brother.
I'll holler at you.
Thanks for calling, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Peace. with self-care housekeeping.
Yes, we are.
Tell us a little bit about it. What are you?
Yeah. Self-care housekeeping is the country's only spatial health and wellness service. What that means is essentially we work on the head, heart, and home because we know they're connected. So we work through our client's space, but we understand that whatever's happening in the space is also happening internally. So we observe what's happening, but we also observe what the connection is between the person and the space so that we can not only get the place back to a point where our clients are comfortable, but also help our clients understand what's actually happening, and then finding new ways to get from where they are to where they want to be.
Okay. And what's your name?
Shannon.
Shannon means you. And what's your name?
My name is Vashti.
Okay.
Yeah, I work with Shannon.
And let me ask you this. I ask both you this. When you hear the word Melaninium, what immediately comes to mind? Melaninium.
What comes to mind is kind of like a space that we're in right now culturally. I'm a firm believer that Black people are the creator of a lot of things under the sun, but right now we're regaining our rights back to things that we originally made.
Yeah. What comes to mind when you hear that term, Melaninium?
I hear like Black Renaissance and beyond. I hear like Black progress. I hear I hear just forward, like innovation. Yeah.
Excuse me. What is the joy that leads to better self-care that you do with your business?
Can you ask that again?
What is the joy that leads to better self-care that you do with your business?
If I'm understanding you correctly, are you saying what's the joy we get out of it?
Yeah.
Oh, the joy I get out of it is being able to support folks in a way that people just don't have access to, it's such a beautiful experience that I feel deeply in my spirit and my body to be able to unearth stress and toxic shame and all of these really confusing and hard and negative feelings and experiences from folks in a way that, like I said, outside of us, it just doesn't happen. So to be able to show up in such a meaningful way, it does something to my spirit, my mind, my body, all my things.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
For me, it's just the opportunity for us to even be here. A lot of times, especially in the Black community, mental health is not discussed. And so knowing that there are people who continue to need us and want our services just lets me know that at least the conversation is being started. They're understanding that their mental health is top priority because that literally controls the health aspects of your entire life. So yes, that's it.
And having asked that, what was the initial, I asked you first, what was the initial inspiration for you wanting to join her in doing this?
So I'm actually in grad school right now for my master's in clinical psychology. So it was something that just aligned with my path, and having experience with loved ones who have mental health dilemmas and seeing kind of what it's done to their life, I knew that I could not be a part of something like this. So as soon as I applied, yeah.
Okay. And what was your initial inspiration?
Because I needed it.
Because you needed it.
I was in 2016. I was diagnosed with what they call unspecified bipolar disorder, and I'm a social worker by trade. So I was like, okay, cool. I tried to find me and my therapist after I was diagnosed. We had to codify my behaviors. This is when Shannon's super up, when Shannon's super down, when I'm neutral, and when I'm super down. What we realized is that I go through these cycles of I can't clean, can't organize, not cooking, I'm not paying bills on time. It's just what happens. And okay, fine. I'm a social worker. I will find the resources that speaks to this specific issue. And it didn't exist anywhere. There are things like what we do. Like, of course, there are housekeepers and there's meal prep people or whatever. But that's not speaking to what my actual needs are. Like, someone can come and clean my house, but they can actually do more harm than good if they don't know what I'm experiencing. And so I needed someone who was responsive to what my needs were. And it didn't exist. So here we are.
How has God blessed you with this gift, both of you?
I don't know, because I don't feel worthy of it, but I am thankful for it. But I feel like it's always been a part of me, and this is God's blessing, manifesting in reality.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
just by equipping me with the dedication and the compassion I have for things that we do. I was having a conversation with a young lady the other day, and well, I won't say young. She was a little older than me. She was about 33, but she has a son who needed a referral to a mental health doctor, and they didn't have anybody, and so she just expressed to me, like, you know, her gratitude for me being in the field. She was like, your position is highly needed, because a lot of people there's a shortage of therapists, there's a shortage of clinicians, it's a shortage of people who actually really care about our people's mental health. So yeah, just blessing me with the dedication that I have for it.
Okay. The last question. What can a person suffering from depression or illness do to preserve an environment that is more conducive to their well-being?
I would say the first thing is just to acknowledge that this is where I am and it's okay. I think it's really hard to just sit with, like, this is what my reality is, and it's okay, and there's nothing wrong with me because of it. It's just where I'm at, because that was really helpful for me to say, like, okay, this is where you are. I think having an understanding of what your needs are, what your barriers are. So for me, like, I know that I'm heading towards depression when I stop washing the dishes. Like, it's just not gonna happen. And so what I do is I keep paper plates, plasticware in the house, because I know I'm not going to do the dishes. So it helps me manage. And I said the third thing, there's plenty of things you can do, but I say the third thing that I think is really helpful is to have language for asking for help and expressing to people, like, this is what I'm experiencing, because it allows for the people who love and care for you to know how to show up. You know, like, sometimes when people hear depression, they're not correlating that with your home. You know, they're correlating that with, like, having someone to talk to or whatever, because that was my experience. And so being able to say, like, you know, I'm depressed and this is a barrier for me right now, like, but I really, really need help with my house, allows for other people who care about you to champion for you in those moments.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say something similar to what she said. I was actually thinking that, so for her, it's having paper plates and disposable utensils, maybe for somebody who is experiencing it, like, basically setting herself up for success. When we get down in the slums, it's really hard for us to focus on even the most vital things that we need to survive, such as water. So even having a cup next to the sink ready to go, to motivate you to just take a sip of water, realizing that you may have just been depleted of, you know, hydration, something very, very simple that can, like, contribute to our overall health. And there was something else that she said. Basically, just recognizing that you aren't the only person that goes through this. Even people who are not diagnosed depressive can have depressive symptoms. So understanding that it's okay to have that conversation with those people around you, like, hey, I'm not okay right now.
So it's a therapy for both you and the client.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let me get a picture of y'all together. Say that again.
Yeah, so
Clearing the path.
Yeah, so today we focused on clearing out the path, because the reason why we focus on that first is because when we're not able to put our feet to the ground, it's very stressful. It's stressful for the body, for the brain. When we don't have, like, clear paths to our, like, through our walkways, when we have to, like, navigate around things, it causes a lot of stress. And because your brain does not turn off ever, it's trying to work out this problem, right? Like, and it's a big problem because it's causing so much stress in the body. And it's just going and going and going, but there's no solution. And so what you'll notice is that, like, from the time that you wake up, from the time that you leave out, your energy will go from here to here. And all you did was wake up and navigate through your household, right? Like, and that's because your brain is trying to work it out. You know what I mean? So, like, it's just causing, like, this, what I call ambient stress. It's just in the background. You know, so, like, clearing out your pathways. So, like, your like I said, being able to touch your feet to the ground is so important. It's so important as human beings. Like, we just kind of need it to ground ourselves. Okay. And when we can't do it, it's like, you know, and then
it's like being choked out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like you're in
That's probably why I got this hurt pain in my neck, because I've been probably because I sleep in that chair right there. I sleep and eat and everything in that chair. And probably the way I was sleeping last night, in that chair, got my crook in my neck or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I bear witness to what you said, because when the path is clear, you feel a lot better.
Yep. When we're able to get from point A to point B without having to, because again, your brain doesn't shut off. So if I have to figure out, all right, how am I going to get around this thing? Even if it's easy to figure out, it's still work, labor that your brain has to do.
I got to step over stuff and balance, as well. I had all that debris, and I was tripping over bottles, trying to keep from tripping over and slipping and falling and all that. I had to walk through there, and it was just, and I tried to pick up some stuff, but as soon as I did, it was like attack.
Like I said, because this stuff is already there, it's already depleting your energy. So when you said, when I try to do something, it shuts down, that makes sense to me, because you didn't have the energy to begin with. Because all of those things is sucking the energy out of you immediately, and it's putting you in a crisis response, like fight, flight, freeze. You're already there. So again, being able to touch your feet to the ground, when we cannot do that, it makes us feel unstable, makes us feel unsafe, fight, freeze, and then our brain starts to go in hyperdrive. How am I going to get out of this? And it doesn't have an answer, so it keeps doing it.
Okay.
And so when you get to the point where okay, I want to do something, pick up one thing. Whew, that's all I had.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
So, so that's what we focus on for the most part. We did a little bit of we started grouping things, but only just started. For the most part, like I said, we were focused on getting those pathways cleared out. We got most of the debris out. The kitchen still has stuff, just mainly because we ran out of bags and time. And so when you were asking about what you can do to maintain, I think would be really, really helpful for you. Task number one, big task, is to buy big garbage bags, big like these.
Okay.
And so that's number one. Number two is focus on getting the stuff that's in the kitchen that's left over that we didn't have the time or the space to do it. Get those into those bags.
Okay.
And then get them out here.
Okay.
And then third, make sure you have one of those bags in your sitting area where you do most of your business. So when you're...
I need a trash can. I was thinking about buying a big one, the big trash cans. So I can put it right there for now. And then, to be honest with you, I wish I had some kind of way. If it was up to me, I'd retrofit this house with a compactor right there, and just be have a trash compactor right there. I think they got some small ones like that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure they do, because anything you look up on Google, somebody that made it.
Did it.
So I would look into that. But
I would say your choice, but I want to recommend to hold off on buying a garbage bag or a garbage bin for the thing, just because it was removing things around. You might find that something else works better.
Okay.
But I would keep a big garbage bag there
put
now.
it in there, yeah.
And then and the 1B of that is to have a regular trash day, whatever day it is of the week. I don't care if it's a lot of trash, a little bit of trash. Make sure you're bringing it out here, even just so you're in the habit of doing it. If you think that you need more than one trash day, then do that. But just get in the habit of I'm taking these things out. So everything is, as you see,
getting back in the habit of being normal.
Just
quote unquote, normal
just function in your home, right?
Okay.
And so like I said, everything that I'm suggesting your homework is all related to getting the debris out of your space, because it's causing you a lot of stress.
Okay.
So like I said, number one is getting a box of big garbage bags. 2 is bagging up all the trash that's left in the kitchen and getting it out here. 3 is making sure that you have a bag near you and keep those boxes in the living room with you as well. And then 4 would be set a trash day. Is that Sunday? Is it Monday? Is it Tuesday? But have it in your mind that this is when I'm doing it. Also have in mind when you're going to do it. Does it make most sense to do it in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon? And hold to that.
Okay.
And right now, I think that's enough as far as homework goes.
Okay. That's round 1.
Round 1.
Okay.
All right. So
Thank you.
from here, so I'll send an invoice for today via email. And then I'm not sure if y'all are ready to set another date today, or if we want to reconvene and once you have a chance to think about it.
Let me reconvene.
Cool.
All right.
Sounds good. So, like I said, I'll send the invoice tomorrow. I'm gonna check in on you just to see how you're feeling.
Okay.
Sometimes, we'll notice that our bodies feel differently, because it's not just the things that are being moved out. There's things internally that are being shifted around. So I'm gonna check in to say, hey, how are you feeling?
Okay.
I'll do that.
You don't have a bag left, do you know?
No.
Okay, I'll go get some.
One in there. There's one There is one in the living room that has a
Okay.
little bit of space in it.
Okay.
You'll still.
I'll go get some more.
Yeah,
I'm
or
gonna go
box
get
bag.
some though.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the rest of them are out.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Do you have any questions or anything for us?
How did you feel?
Oh, I told you, I live for this.
Okay.
I was game. You know, it's like I said, it's a beautiful feeling. Hopefully, I'm prayerfully that it has the impact on you that I'm hoping for.
Okay.
So, like I said, we'll check in tomorrow, and if it doesn't, I want to hear that honestly.
Okay.
Because like we're here to support you with whatever it is that you want. You know.
All right. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Hello?
Azikiwe.
Yeah, Blue?
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Not too much. I was wondering if you had any questions for me just off the rip.
I couldn't hear you. I was wondering what now?
I got like 10 minutes left on this video I'm doing, and I wanted to know if you had some questions for me.
Oh, yeah. Tell me when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Blue, where are you at on your sojourn in terms of your sojourn, in terms of creativity, and all aspects of Detroit Blue? Where are you at?
Well, right now I'm in a restructuring phase. I have self-care, housekeeping, and sisters over cleaning the house up right now, straightening out, trying to get me restructured into a better state of mind. I wasn't able to straighten out the place by myself because it led to some detrimental thought processes, and so I had to get a team to come in and do it for me, and it's helped out a lot. I'll probably have before and after pictures on this video at the same time to do it, but that's where I am right now, and I'm at the same time getting the restructuring. I'm working on this project, and I just wanted to know, let me ask you to interject into this, what does melaninium mean to you when you hear the word melaninium?
How are you spelling that?
Melanin, like MELANINIUM.
Well, melanin to me is a direct link to the gods, to God, to the universe. It gives us our uniqueness as a people. It's what other peoples don't have. It's the direct reason for our creativity, our rhythm, our humaneness, our humanity, our soul force, and our direct connection with our ancestors is through our melanin. Protects us from ultraviolet light rays in terms of being in the Serengeti or any other plains of Africa or any other place that we were, and it protects us and provides us with our superpower.
Okay. So, you got any other questions for me?
How do you feel now that you're on this new plateau, or this new launching? It's not a plateau, a new launching point for all of your endeavors. How do you feel?
I feel renewed. Having been my birth anniversary on the 1st, it's like a new year and a new year resolution, and everything is being. I had a vision about it all, and the vision is coming to fruition, and so I'm just seeing it through right now, and so it's a beautiful thing. I'm seeing it through, and hopefully I will keep to my dean and keep this place straight again, so I won't get into the disaster that we're in right now. I wanted some feminine energy to come and straighten it out because my masculinity was too aggressive, and I just needed a woman's touch to finesse the place. I've lost two companions that were in my life, and we were estranged, but they were beautiful beings, and I'll always cherish them, and their energies are still in here, and I didn't want to disrespect that, so I wanted to have it straightened out.
Well, that's a wonderful thing. That's beautiful. The thing is, my question is question is in regards to epiphanies of sound. Does this mean that there may be a reunion?
I think
of sound at the 16th note.
I think that's in the works. I think that's in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's where Epiphanies was born in August of 2012.
Yeah.
And that's that's a certain energy that we noticed right away when Reggie was filming that those original sessions before there was a full group. Reggie wasn't part of the group yet. He was filming us having our first jam sessions. He noticed that there was a certain energy there. You can see it on the camera. So it's a very special space in the time continuum of the reality.
Yeah.
And so it has that, I don't know if it's because it's of its proximity to Motown or what, but there's a lot of energy in that space where you occupy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I thank you very much, brothers.
You're welcome. I have a question. Which one of your series will this be a part of?
This gonna still be a part of the living graphic novel. It's gonna be called Melaninium.
Okay, good. All right now.
All right, brother.
Ascended bloom, blossoming amongst the stars. I will see you on the world of seven suns. You're home now, basking in the rays of Ra, as you have come forth by day, ascending like Monk, Miles, and Coltrane, round about midnight, to sing with Billy, scat with Ella, and rock the boat with the Most High, seeing eternities through your left eye, the vision of your dreams, the harmony and fellowship of words spit in the rift of the ethers, affirming attitude, manifesting mantras, to chant Babylon down.